Hey guys, it's Miss Tiffany. I'm going to do your weekly video with all your math worksheets. And the first worksheet that we're going to be working on is this one. Okay, and at the top it reads, Randy is handing out money envelopes at the bank. 2 out of the 5 bank tellers need money envelopes. Shade in the fraction of the bank tellers that need money envelopes. Write the fraction in the box. So up at the top of our paper, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 boxes because there are 5 bank tellers. And our paper states that only 2 out of the 5 bank tellers need envelopes. So we're going to shade in 2 of our boxes. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put in our bottom box our 5 because that's how many boxes we had in total. And then up top, we're going to put in what we shaded. And we shaded in 1, 2 boxes. So we're going to write a 2. Okay. And our next problem says, Randy is counting the bank customers who need deposit slips. 3 out of 7 customers need deposit slips. Shade in the fraction of customers that need deposit slips and write the fraction in the box. So we have 7 customers. Let's make sure we have 7 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And how many of those customers needed deposit slips? 3. So we are going to shade in 3 boxes. 1, 2, 3. And since we had a total of 7 customers, we're going to put a 7 in the bottom box. And then we colored in how many? Let's count. 1, 2, 3. 3. And 3 is going to go in the top box because that is how many people needed deposit slips. What, baby? Okay, but take it to your playroom, okay? Okay. Okay, and then we're going to go down to our next problem. It says Randy is counting customers at the bank who filled out loan applications. 2 out of the 8 customers filled out loan applications. Shade in the fraction of customers who filled out a loan application. Write the fraction in the box. So we have a total of 8 customers. So let's make sure we have 8 pie slices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And how many customers filled out a loan application? There were 2. So we are going to shade in 2 pie slices. Okay, and if you remember, we had a total of 8 customers, and we colored in 1, 2 pie slices. Okay, so what fraction of customers filled out an application? 2 out of 8. Okay, and then our bottom one reads, Randy is sorting the coin wrappers at the bank. 6 out of the 10 wrappers are for pennies. Shade in the fraction of coin wrappers that are for pennies and write the fraction in the box. So we have a total of 10 coin wrappers. Let's count our pie slice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And how many were for pennies? 6 of them. So let's shade in 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So remember, we had 10 coin wrappers. Oh, my paper's moving. 10 coin wrappers. And then 6 of them were for pennies. So what fraction of coin wrappers are for pennies? 6 of them. 6 out of 10. Okay? And that's all for your Monday sheet. But Miss Tiffany is going to go ahead and work on all your other ones. And this is your math sheet for Tuesday. And the top part reads, Danielle and Ryan have 3 deposit slips to pass out at the bank. Danielle passes out 2 of the deposit slips, and Ryan passes out 1 deposit slip. What fraction of deposit slips do they pass out altogether? So how many did they have altogether? They had a total of 3. So over on my sheet, I have 3 on each one. And this time we're going to be adding the fractions. So the first one that we need to look at is how many Danielle passes out. So it says that Danielle passes out 2 deposit slips. So we are going to color in two pie slices. So 1, 2. And we had a total of 3. So 3, and then we colored in 2 and 2. Okay? So we got Danielle's all together. Now we have to go and work on Ryan's. And so we already know we have 3. So let's write a 3 in the box because that's what they have all together. That's the total number of pie slices you have. And then we have to go over here and find out how many Ryan passed out. Ryan passed out one deposit slip. So now we need to color in 1 pie slice. Okay. And now we have our equal sign. Well, the bottom number is going to stay the same because that's still the total number of pie slices we have. So let's make a 3. And now we have to add. We have to add Danielle and Ryan together. So what we're going to do is color in the colored pie slices. 1, 2, 3. So all together, they passed out 3 deposit slips. So now we have to color in all 3 pie slices. Okay, and that is what your paper should look like for the top problem. Okay, and you just added fractions. Not too bad. Adding fractions are pretty easy, especially when the bottom number is the same, and the bottom number is called your denominator, and the denominator is what you have in total, which, like I said, is we have the 3 pie slices. Your top number is called the numerator, and that's usually what someone like does out of it. Like Danielle passed out 2 out of the 3 deposit slips, so she only passed out 2, so that's going to be your top number. Okay, so that, once again, that is your top problem. And let's go down here to the bottom problem. And it reads, Randy and Mary Beth have 8 lollipops to pass out to customers. Randy passes out 5 of the lollipops. Mary Beth passes out 2. What fraction of the lollipops do they pass out altogether? So we have to find out, to make sure that we have 8 pie slices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can go ahead and write an 8 down here by Randy. Okay, so now we have to find out how many lollipops Randy passed out. And it looks like Randy has passed out 5 of the lollipops. So we have to color in 5 pie slices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're also going to write a 5 in the top box because that's how many Randy passed out. Okay, so now we're going to go over here, and we already know we have 8 pie slices. So let's put an 8 down here for Mary Beth. And now we have to find out how many lollipops Mary Beth passed out. And Mary Beth has passed out 2 lollipops. So we have to color in 2 pie slices. 1, 2. And we're going to write a 2 in the top box. So now what we have to do is we have to add our fractions together to see how many lollipops they passed out in total. So we already, once again, know we have 8 pie slices. So we put an 8 down there. And now what we have to do is we have to count the ones that we colored in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So over here, we're going to write a 7 because they passed out 7 lollipops in total. So we're going to color in 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, paper keeps moving on me. 5, 6, 7. Okay, and that is going to be your bottom problem. Your final answer is going to be 7 out of 8. So they passed out a total of 7 lollipops out of the 8 lollipops they had to give out. Okay, so that is your Tuesday paper. And that's what it should look like once you get your numbers and your shading in. And now we are going to go to our Wednesday. Oh. Okay. Sorry, I confused myself there for a minute. This is your Wednesday paper. Okay, and we are still adding fractions on this paper. So it's going to be just like the paper we just did. And the top part reads, Danielle has 7 money envelopes to give out to the bank, or give out at the bank. She gives out 2 in the morning, and she gives out 3 in the afternoon. What fraction of money envelopes does she give out altogether? So we have a total of 7 money envelopes. So let's make sure we have 7 pie slices. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, let's change our color because we did green on the last one. So we do have 7. So we're going to go ahead and write 7 in our bottom box. And then we have to find out how many was given out in the morning. She gives out 2 in the morning. So we have to color in 2 pie slices. One, two. Okay, and then we got to write our 2 in our top box because that's how many we shaded in. Okay, so now we have to go to the afternoon, which we already know we have 7. And we had a total of 7 envelopes. And now we have to find out how many she gives out in the afternoon. So she gives out 3 envelopes in the afternoon. So we have to shade in 3 pie slices. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to write 3 in our top box. Okay, and so now what we have to do is we have to add these 3 together. Oh, sorry, these 2 together. And we already know we have 7 envelopes, so that's just going to stay the same. And now we have to count the ones that we colored. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to write a 5 in the top box because that's how many they passed out all together. And we're going to color in 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now we just added that fraction. And that's what the top problem should look like. So out of the envelopes altogether, they handed out 5 out of the 7 envelopes that they had. Okay, so now we are going to go down to the bottom problem, and it reads, Randy wants to help 6 customers at the bank. He helps 3 customers in the morning. He helps 1 customer in the afternoon. What fraction of customers does he help all together? Okay, so there are a total of 6 customers that he helps at the bank. So let's make sure we have 6 pie slices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need to find out how many customers he helped in the morning. So it says Randy helps 3 customers in the morning. So we are going to color in 3 pie slices. 1, 2, 3.
Can I go get dressed?
Yes, baby, you can go get dressed.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So since we shaded in 3, we have to put 3 at the top. And do you remember how many customers he helped all together? That's usually how many pie slices we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we put our 6 down at the bottom. Okay? And now we have to find out how many he helped in the afternoon. Well, we already know that he helped, or there was a total of 6 customers. Or he wants to help 6 customers. He has a goal of helping 6 customers. So in the morning, he helped 3 out of the 6 customers. And then in the afternoon, he helps 1 in the afternoon. So we get to color in 1 pie slice. Okay, and we put a 1 down here. So now we have to add our 2 fractions together. So we already know that there are 6, so we're going to just bring our 6 over. And now we have to count the ones that we shaded in. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to write our 4, and we're going to shade in our 4 pie slices. 1, 2, 3, 4. So all together, he helped 4 customers out of the 6 customers he wanted to help. Okay, so that's what our paper should look like for our Wednesday paper. And then we are going to move on to Thursday. And Thursday is going to be a little bit different than what we've been doing because we have been adding fractions on the last 2 papers. And this time we are going to be subtracting. So it's just going to be a little bit different. And this is what your paper should look like that we're going to be working on. Okay, and the top problem reads, Danielle and Ryan have 5 loan applications to hand out to customers at the bank. Danielle hands out 4 of the loan applications, and Ryan hands out 1 of the loan applications. How many more loan applications does Danielle hand out than Ryan? Okay, so we're going to do this the same way that we did earlier. Okay, we have a total of 5. So let's make sure we have 5 pie slices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we do. So let's go ahead and write our 5 in our box. And now we have to find out how many of the loan applications that Danielle handed out. Danielle handed out 4 of the loan applications. So we still are going to color in 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and we're also going to write a 4 in the box. Okay, and then off to Ryan. Well, we already know that we have a total of 5. So we're going to put us a 5 in the box. And now we have to find out how many of the loan applications Ryan hands out. And it looks like Ryan hands out 1 of the loan applications. So we're only going to color in 1 pie slice. Okay, so we're going to put a 1 in the box.
Can I wear this?
You can wear it for right now, okay? All right. So now what we have to do is we have to subtract these fractions, okay? So what we have to do is we still have to bring over our 5 because our bottom number isn't going to change because that's still the total number of loan applications that they have, okay? But they want to know how many more loan applications does Danielle hand out than Ryan. So how we're going to do that is we are going to, Danielle has the biggest number and Ryan only handed out 1. So Miss Tiffany is just going to make a dark X with her crayon. If you want to do this a different way, then you can, on 1 of them, okay? Because that's how many we're going to take away. So we're not going to count any more of Ryan's. Okay, so now when we count our shaded area, we're just going to count Danielle's because they want to know how many more loan applications did she hand out than Ryan. So let's count. 1, 2, 3. And we only counted 3 because this one had an X on it because we took that one away. Okay, so over here, we're going to write our 3 in the box. And we are going to color in 3 pie slices. Okay, so Danielle handed out 3 more applications than Ryan did. So she handed out 3 out of the 5 loan applications. So this is what your top problem should look like. Okay, and now we're going to go down to the bottom problem. And it reads, Randy and Mary Beth have 9 deposit slips to put on customers at the bank. Randy put 7 of the deposit slips. Oh my goodness. Let me reread that. I thought that was funny. We don't put deposit slips on customers. Okay, let's start again. Miss Tiffany's brain is going crazy. Randy and Mary Beth have 9 deposit slips to put on counters at the bank. Randy put 7 of the deposit slips on counters, and Mary Beth puts 2 of the deposit slips on counters. How many more deposit slips does Randy put on counters than Mary Beth? So they have a total of 9 deposit slips. So let's make sure we have 9 pie slices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So let's go ahead and make our 9 in our lower box. And we have to find out how many deposit slips Randy put on the counter. So Randy put 7 of the deposit slips on the counters. So we have to make our 7, and then we're going to color in 7 pie slices. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? So Randy put 7 of the 9 deposit slips on the counter. So now we have to do Mary Beth, and we already know that we have 9. So let's bring down our 9, or bring over our 9. And let's find out how many she put on the counter. It says Mary Beth puts 2 of the deposit slips on the counter. So we are going to shade in 2 deposit slips. 1, 2. And let's not forget to put our 2 in our top box. Okay. And now what we have to do is we have to subtract these 2 fractions because they want to know how many more Randy put on the counter than Mary Beth. So what we're going to have to do is Mary Beth only put 2. So we're going to put an X on 1 and an X on 2. Okay, so we know that we don't count those 2. All right, so now let's go over here and bring our 9, because we all know that that's how many pie slices we have in total. And let's go back over to Randy and count the ones that do not have the X's on them. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So So let's write a 5 in our top box. 5, and we're also going to color in 5 pie slices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so Randy puts 5 more deposit slips on the counter than Mary Beth does. And that's what our bottom problem should look like. Okay, and that's what our paper should look like when we get finished. Okay, so now we're on to Friday, which is the last day of the week. This is your very last math problem or math sheet, and it should look like this. Okay, and the top part reads, Danielle wants to greet all 6 customers waiting in line at the bank. She greets 4 customers in the lobby, and she greets 2 customers at the door. How many more customers does she greet in the lobby? Okay, so she wants to greet all 6 customers. So we should have a total of 6. So let's count our pie slices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we do. So let's put our 6 down here in the bottom box. And how many did she greet in the lobby? Let's see. She greets 4 customers in the lobby. Okay, so let's put our 4 down. And let's color in our 4 pie slices. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so she greets 4 out of the 6 customers in the lobby. And we already know we have 6 customers that she wants to greet. So let's put our 6 at the bottom. And let's see how many she greets at the door. She greets 2 customers at the door. So we're going to put our 2 in our top box. And we're going to shade in 2 pie slices. Okay, so she greets 2 out of the 6 customers at the door. And now what we have to do is we are subtracting these because they want to know how many more she greets at the lobby than the door. So once again, we have to take away 2 from the 4. So we're going to make a X on 1 and an X on 2. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring our 6 over because we still have 6 customers altogether. And let's count the ones that do not have an X on them. So we're not going to count these. So 1, 2. And over here we're going to put our 2, and we're also going to color in our 2 pie slices.
Mommy, I got a big old K here.
I see, baby.
Whoa.
I'm almost finished, okay, love bug? Okay. Okay, so she greeted 2 more customers at the door or at the lobby than she did at the door. Because they wanted to know how many more customers she greeted at the lobby than the door. Well, she greeted 2 out of the 6. 2 more customers out of the 6 at the door. I'm sorry, at the lobby. Okay, so that's what your top problem should look like. Okay, and then we're going to move on to the next problem. And it says, Randy wants to fill 8 coin wrappers with coins he got from the bank. he feels 5 coin wrappers in the morning, and he feels 3 coin wrappers in the afternoon. How many more coin wrappers does he feel in the morning? Okay, so we have a total of 8 coin wrappers. So we need to make sure we have 8 pie slices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we do. So let's go ahead in our bottom box and write our 8. So in the morning, he feels 5 coin wrappers in the morning. So we're going to put 5 in our top box, and we're going to color in 5 pie slices. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So he feels 5 out of the 8 coin wrappers in the morning. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and bring over our 8 because we still have a total of 8 coin wrappers. And let's find how many he feels in the afternoon. He feels 3 coin wrappers in the afternoon. So we're going to write a 3 in the top box, and we're going to shade in 3 coin wrappers. 1, 2, 3. So in the afternoon, he feels 3 out of the 8 coin wrappers. So now what we have to do is we have to subtract these 2. So since they want to know how many more he done in the morning, we're going to take these 3 and put an X on 3 over here so we know not to count those. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and bring our 8 down here on the bottom. Oh, my paper's moving. So bring our 8 down. And now we have to count the ones that do not have an X on them. So 1, 2. So we're going to bring over our 2, and we're going to shade in our 2. 1, 2. Okay, so he filled 2 more coin wrappers in the morning than he did in the afternoon. Okay, so this is what your math sheet should look like for Friday. And once again, if you have any questions or you're having trouble with anything, please reach out to me. I would love to be able to help you if needed. And stay safe. Remember, we're all in this together, and eventually we'll get to see each other soon. Until next week. Bye, guys.